cut it, hey, yeah, cut it. Cut my check, coming for the neck. Take what I want, cause I earn my respect. I be the connect, expect to get left, unless you gon' get right. What the hell did you expect? Como se dice, se pato o plomo, but taking it easy like poco a poco. Hey you guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Angelique. So today I'm going to be reviewing a very hyped up unit. This one is from the Outre Perfect Hairline collection and it's in the style Aria. This unit does come with 10 different colors, but today I'm going to be reviewing 4 of those colors for you. I got it in the color number 2, DR Brown Sugar Swirl, DR MC4/SMODIP, and MC Dipped Cherry. So we're just going to start it off with the MC Dipped Cherry color. So I was looking at it in the box, I thought this color was beautiful. It's like a deep dark red and I really like the fact that they went with those black ends. It's a very unique color blend that I haven't seen before. So as far as the construction on this unit, you are going to get that 13x6 fully hand-tied lace parting space. It is going to come with 2 combs in the front, 1 comb in the back, and your adjustable straps. It is also going to come with an elastic band as well as a ventilated wig cap. You are going to see that it is kind of pre-plucked, but honestly not the most. I went in and plucked out all of these units except for the number 2 because I wanted you guys to see how it would actually look installed if you weren't to do any work or any plucking with it. So I just wanted to show you guys how it looks straight out of the box on the mannequin head before I did any work to it. And like I said, I feel like that color is very pretty, very unique. It's giving not quite burgundy, but not quite fire truck red, if that makes sense. It's a color that's right in the middle. I think the color is beautiful. Red is my favorite color, honey. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just start my process of plucking the unit. And what I like to do for this is, first off, I like to go in and start separating the hair out. Then I'm gonna just clip that additional hair back just so that it's out of my way. And then I like to go in a zigzag motion and start plucking behind that hairline just so that I can thin it out and make it look more realistic. And like I said, I like to go in that zigzag motion just so that I can kind of imitate a real natural hairline. You don't want it to be straight across. You want to get it to mimic a natural hairline as much as possible. And I feel like doing that in a very sporadic zigzag motion kind of helps to get that effect. So after I've plucked out a bunch and I feel like maybe I have it to the point that I want it to be at, I like to go in and comb the hairs that I parted out in the first place back, just so I can get a more realistic feel of what the hairline's looking like. So I'll comb them back, and then as I'm looking at what the hairline is looking like, I decided to just go in and start plucking the hairline even more. And I'm plucking now in the very front versus behind the hairline, so I'm plucking the hairline itself, if that makes sense. Just to sort of thin it out, give it some more sparseness, if that makes sense. After I'm feeling pretty good about how the hairline looks like after I've plucked it out, I like to go in with heat styling product. I grabbed this from TikTok shop. It's this Femme Silkening Mist, which I feel like works really good even for synthetic units. So I like to just spritz that on the hair before I go in with my hot comb and just start combing those hairs back into the hairline just so I could see exactly how it's gonna look. And then I did the same process on the other side off camera. And now I'm just going in with the hot comb and straightening out the other side so I can get a final look of how it's looking after I plucked it out. And then I just wanted to show you guys a side-by-side comparison of how the wig looks straight out of the box versus how it looks after I plucked it. And I'm liking how it looks. So after I pluck the hairline to where I want it, I'm just going to go in with my embroidering scissors. I'm just going to go in and cut the lace. I start off just by cutting right down the center because that makes it a little bit easier. And then I start to cut in a zigzag motion along the hairline, just because if you cut zigzag or wavy, it's going to help that lace melt in even more. It's going to give you less visibility of the lace so you don't have that harsh line of demarcation. I guess it's supposed to be helpful for like illusion. So you're just going to want to go cut in a zigzag or wavy motion and try your hardest to not just cut straight across, if that makes sense. So after I cut the lace off, I just went in with my Red by Kiss lace tinting spray in the color medium dark brown and sprayed that all over the lace. After that lace tint spray has dried, I'm just gonna pop it on my head and start getting it situated. So since I've styled this one on the wig head, there's not much I have to do as far as styling it. Now it's all about just applying it down and getting it to sit the way that I want it to sit. So I'm just gonna comb it out some, and definitely something to note, you guys. This unit is going to have tangling, it's going to have shedding. As far as the texture on it, it definitely is leaning more towards a yaki, but it has a slight silkiness with it. The tangling and shedding on this one was pretty hardcore. Even the tangling was a bit of work. I was definitely getting some frizziness, so that's just something to keep in mind. So I'm just gonna go in with my melt spray and start adhering the unit down, and then using my rat tail comb to kind of disperse the product exactly where I wanted to on my head. So as far as the cap size on this one, I was pretty happy with the cap size. Honestly, I didn't have to worry about it sliding back or anything like that. The cap size on it, I want to say, is definitely small to medium head friendly, possibly big head friendly, but I would say probably be a little bit cautious. There was some stretch to the cap. My head's about 22 to 22.5 inches in circumference, so if your head is a little bit bigger than this, you may be able to get away with wearing it, but I definitely would just stray on the side of caution. So I'm doing this as a baby hairless install. I try to do all of them as a baby hairless install. So I'm just trying to comb those additional hairs back into the hairline just so you can get as much of a realistic feel as possible. And then, like I said, y'all, this one, the density, it's a lot of hair. The density is like 180%. Like I said, it's 22 inches. So it's not super short, it's not super long, but the density on this one, it's full, she's thick, it's a little bit bulky. You can definitely make it work for yourself by either brushing it down with your bristle brush or using your hot comb to just like get that hump action out of there, but it is just thick all around. And like I said, that tangling and shedding, and she's not playing around. Don't let the yaki texture confuse you, y'all, because this one, she's gonna be tangling up on you. So then I just went in with my The Warrior 2 eyeshadow palette in the color Yodit, and then just went in and touched up that lace so I can get rid of a little bit of that white cast that was going on. And that is what the final look is looking like. Like I said, I feel like it's beautiful. The color is very unique. I like the fullness, I like the density, the texture, but I just wasn't prepared for the amount of tangling and shedding that I got. So now we're gonna move on to the DR Brown Sugar Swirl color. This color is gorgeous, you guys. This definitely gave me like summertime vibes. This also gave me autumn vibes. For this unit, I did also pluck it, and I plucked it off camera just because I didn't want to make this video excessively long. And I decided to show you guys how it looks before I plucked it as well as after I plucked it. So now I'm just gonna go in and start styling it on the mannequin. I had an idea in my head of what I wanted to do with this look. I wanted to give a double ponytail, half up, half down look with the two little bangs, but you'll see what happens. I think it looked cute on the mannequin, but when I put it on my head, I wasn't feeling it. So just to get the ponytails nice and secured and keep those stray hairs away, I did go in with that Melt Slay spray just to kind of adhere it down and make it more slick and kind of get rid of any humpiness. So as y'all can see, I decided to pop it on my head, and when I saw those two strands, I was like, it's gonna be a no for me. So after I saw the two strands and I wasn't a fan of it, I popped it back off, and then I just ended up brushing those two bang strands back into the ponytails, and I ended up liking how it looked better. So now I'm just gonna try to pop it on my head and kind of get it secured the way that I want it to be. Just like I told you guys, I feel like the cap size on these are definitely small and medium head friendly. I'm just gonna go in once again with my melt spray and then use my rat tail comb to just get the product to where I want it to. And then to make it dry, I'm just gonna go in with my little portable USB fan thing and just get it to cool so I can get that sticky tackiness so that'll make it easier to adhere it down. And then I'm going to use my rat tail comb to just stick that lace down into my skin so I can get that effortless melt. And I was realizing I needed to definitely add a little bit more on top of the wig as well as the below it. So I just went in additionally and sprayed some more of that melt spray on top just to get it laid down. And then I went in with my elastic band just to secure that wig. So after I took off the elastic band, I'm just combing out the sides a little bit. And I'm going in once again with my eyeshadow palette from the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette in the color Yoded. And just touching up the perimeter of the lace and also the parting space. And then I'm just gonna go and brush that hair out because like I said, y'all, I wasn't joking when I said the tangling and the shedding, honey, is serious. So that's what she's looking like. I think out of all the colors, honestly, this one is probably my favorite. I don't wear colors outside too often, but I think if I were to, I probably would pick this one to wear out because I feel like it's a little more comfort. It's a little bit more in the middle. It's not too stand out. It's just cute and unique, and I feel like it looks natural and realistic. So next we're gonna move on to the DRMC4/SMODIP color. This one was the one I was probably most excited to try. I've seen a couple people review it on YouTube, but I haven't seen anybody with my skin tone try to pull it off, so I decided let me pick it up and see how it's looking. So first I'm just gonna go in and style it on the wig head. For this one, I wanted to give the same sort of style that's on the stock card where she has the little cute front bang piece and then she has a half up, half down style. So I just went in on the mannequin and started getting that styling going. I like this style too because it required less plucking since you don't have to worry about the whole perimeter of the lace being out. I just plucked in the areas that were going to be most prevalent. So I'm just going to show you guys again how it looked before plucking and then after the plucking. Like I said, for this one, it was very minimal since I only worried about that side portion right there that's going to be showing. So now I'm just going to pop it on my head and get it situated the way that I want it to be before I start adhering it down with that Esha melt spray. Now I'm going through the same process. I'm spraying that Esha melt spray and then using my rat tail comb to just disperse the product where I want it to be dispersed. And then I'm just going to go in with my USB portable fan and just get that product nice and tacky so that I can start adhering the unit down. And what I like about this one, I don't know why this install worked out a little bit better than all the other ones because I didn't need to use concealer at all. I think it's because the blend ended up coming out so well with this one, which I'm a little bit surprised by. I don't know if it was the style. I didn't follow a different process with this one than I did with all the other ones. So I don't know, I was pretty happy with how the install came with this one. And that blend, the blend was doing what it should be doing. It was looking good. So that's what the finished look on her is. And I definitely am a fan of the color. I like that it's like a mix of different blonde tones. You got the brown tone going in there. I like that it has the dark root. This is definitely a cute look. Outre definitely stepped out of the box and came and gave us what we needed when it comes to having these new color blends for sure. And then lastly, we do have the number 2, which like I said, I didn't go in and do any plucking or anything with this one, just because I wanted to show you guys how it would look if you were to just leave it as is and then try to style it from there. So I'm going to go in with my lace tint spray, just like I did with all the rest of these units, spray that in there, pop it on my head, and then start adhering it down with the Esha melt spray, going in with my rat tail comb, dispersing the product all over my forehead, and then using my fan just to get that product nice and tacky so I could go ahead and adhere the unit down. Then I decided also to go in with my hot comb and just flatten it down some, because I noticed that bulkiness with all of them. And to be honest, as far as the differences between the colors, for every single one of them, I got tangling, I got shedding. I'm going to say they're leaning more towards special occasion. And for this specific unit, I wore this to work for 5 days straight. I wanted to show you guys how it looks at the initial install versus how it's gonna look after you wearing it for a couple of days. So as far as my cons and pros for this unit, my number 1 con is just like I said, the fact that I wish that this unit was more plucked out than it was. I was able to make it work in the number 2, but I feel like I liked all the other colors a little bit better just because that additional customization that I went in and did. So I wasn't really a big fan of the hairline. Another con that I'm gonna say is just the texture itself. Like I said, the texture is more on the yucky side with a slight hint of silky. Even though I do like how the texture feels, I just wasn't a fan of all of the tangling and shedding that was happening. After day 4 with this one, y'all, I was ready to give up. This is gonna be a type of unit that if you want to wear it as an everyday unit, you're probably gonna want to bring some sort of brush with you just to keep combing it out, because it gets dry, it gets snaggy, it gets tangly, it gets sheddy, it starts to mat near the nape of the neck. Do I feel like this was worth the hype? No, I don't. I think maybe if you're planning to just wear it for a special occasion or two, then yes, that's fine. I think if you're looking for something that's going to be sustainable and for you to wear every day, this is not going to be for you. And in that point, I don't think it's worth the hype. But I just want to show you guys the real tea of how it looks. I wanted to show you it in natural lighting. I wanted to show you it in a corporate building, in my car, you know, so you could just get a real feel of how it's going to look. I think I would have liked it a little bit more if they had used a texture similar to like the Outre Julienne 24, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a cute wig. I definitely think just use caution when it comes to this one. So when it comes to the pros of this unit, I can say, even though I wasn't a fan of the tangling and shedding, I do like the fact that the curls did hold for the whole entire time. I do like that the curls did keep their integrity for the whole time that I had the unit. I did like the density. I'm a girl that likes big hair, and girl, this is a lot of hair, so the density on this unit was really nice. So I definitely did like the style of it. I like the volume. I didn't mind the length. Overall, I do like the texture. I like the body of it. I'm not upset that I got this unit because the colors that they did come out with, I feel like, are gorgeous. Like, can we get into that MCDIPPEDCHERRY cherry red color? That is absolutely freaking gorgeous. I think all of the colors that I reviewed for you guys today, honestly, I think all of them were beautiful, wonderfully executed. So I could see definitely picking this one up because you want to give one of those new colors a try. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If it was, just make sure you give me a like, give me a subscribe, comment down below any of the units or pick up in any of the colors, honey. And until then, I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.